This is Beyond the Veil with Norman Meredith.
Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Beyond the Veil with me, your host, Norman, for episode 105 with Cryptids of Georgia, and my co-host and producer, Ed.
Yeah.
How you doing, Ed?
Thought I'd try something new coming in.
Hey, no problem. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man.
Did you win me any money?
I lost it all.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
You'll have to do better.
You only gamble the money you're able to afford to lose.
You know how I do it when I go gamble?
You don't.
I do.
Eat the free buffet and throw $100 in?
No, what I do is I have a set amount.
Okay.
And so let's say I take $200.
Yeah.
If I win something, okay, I take half of the winnings, put it in one pocket,
All right.
don't touch it. And I take the winnings, put it in the play pile.
Okay.
And every time I win, I take half and put it back in one pocket and put the other half in the other. Until either I break or I get tired.
Yeah.
And then what I got left in the play pile, I put it in with the winnings.
Got it. Yeah, I had an affordable amount that we sort of set aside. And it lasts us about 10 hours. But, you know, it's just fun to go for the experience, I guess. It's cheaper than a hotel room and, you know, all the extra food and stuff. But a lot was included. Plenty of drink and, you know, made merry.
So you made merry.
Yes.
So made merry is pretty good.
Wow. Is what it is.
All right. Let's talk about cryptids in Georgia tonight. Georgia's got a pretty good array of cryptids, and its most famous is the Altamaha. The most famous Georgia cryptid, Alti as it's called, is described as a 20 to 70 foot long creature resembling a mix between a small Loch Ness monster and an alligator, said to swim the waters of the Altamaha River near Darien. Now, there's two different types of variations of this thing. One is its serpent, like we talked about, like a snake, and the other one is a similar creature that we're looking at here, like a plesiosaur. And it's most famous. Now, there was reported sightings of it along the Georgia coast, where it allegedly washed up on the beach. And it looked like this picture with its guts ripped out.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And so it was very large at that. So it gives more credit to this, that it might have been a plesiosaur type creature instead of a serpent.
Right.
And then this is another example of it in the river. And I kind of like go credit and that there's probably about, I wouldn't say 70 feet, because that seems like a lot of monster for the river. I'd go between 20 and maybe 40 feet at least for the river. Because, okay, hi folks.
Yeah, you're good.
And that's what I believe is what the creature was or is. And people have reportedly seen this thing for as long as the U.S. has been here, for over like 400 years, that it's been settled in that area.
Okay. Where do you think it came from? Or is it a leftover from the dinosaurs? Or?
It could be a leftover from dinosaurs, or if you're a portal theorist, maybe it came through a portal and got left behind.
Okay.
Now, this next creature's going to be interesting.
Oh, no, we went through this one and then to this one.
Yes. The Georgia raptor. In 2008, two hunters in rural Georgia reported seeing a 5-foot-tall lizard-like creature that walked on two legs with short arms, stiff tail, closely resembling the raptors from Jurassic Park.
That's interesting.
Now, Georgia has military bases. There are technical and universities that do all sorts of research, including biological. And, you know, there's corporations and government-funded labs in Georgia. And, you know, there's probably something hidden away up in the mountains somewhere. And we've seen what happens when you play with genetics with Jurassic Park.
And Gila monsters and all those things, too. It could be a mixed hybrid of that. I think they put those into humans, and then they send those lizard people to D.C.
Oh, yeah. No, those are part of the lizard people plan to take over the world
and live under L.A.
Yeah, that's a different scheme. But there's another picture. Let's see, bring it up a minute. That's an example of what they seen up in the forest. And the one also supposedly had some feathers on it.
Got this one right here.
Oh, that's something different.
Okay.
But just seeing this thing makes me think, like we talked before, bioweapon. It's just
Could be,
because you get a flock of these things and they're carnivores, and you turn them loose, it's going to cause a military unit to rout unless they've got really good discipline and could put the fire down line.
Oh yeah.
But
imagine that coming at you.
Mm-hmm. So it's either an escapee from a lab or it came through a portal, if it's just one. Now, allegedly, in Australia, now get this, Australia has packs of raptors.
Really?
In the outback.
I would believe that.
I do too.
A lot of that outback is, unfound.
Untamed.
I wonder if there's Aboriginal stories about that, like oral traditions or something.
Yeah, we'll have to do a show on that. That's probably a sideshow for future.
Every show's a sideshow, my guy.
Always. But we'll look at doing that on Australia.
Nice.
And some of their crypts. But yeah, there is alleged, because I was doing some research for an author in cryptids for Australia for something, and there are raptors allegedly in Australia that run in packs, not one or two, but we're talking packs.
Are they the size of chickens or are they bigger?
Bigger. Our next creature, bring up old green eyes. Lurking around the Chickamauga and North Georgia mountains, this cryptid is described as a large wild beast with green eyes and a terrifying white whale. Now, it doesn't say what it is, just that it's got green eyes. So we don't know if it's a humanoid, dog, cat, bear, Bigfoot, bird. It just has green eyes and it makes a loud wail. Now, the only thing I know that wails is a cat and people. So it's one of those two things. It's either a person or it's some kind of demonic cat that's out there with green eyes. Now, cat's eyes sort of look yellowish at night if you shine a light. Now, it could be, maybe it is a giant cat, and its eyes just shine green. Excuse me. Or like say it's a demonic person and green is their thing. I don't know, but it makes an interesting story. There wasn't much else to it except just saying that it's a wild beast out there. Now, this one I found interesting. The Wog, an Appalachian cryptid said to roam parts of North and West Georgia. The Wog is described as a bear-wolf hybrid with glowing red eyes, tusk-like teeth, and a white tuft on its tail. Now, it's similar to what we were talking about last in North Carolina. Now, what we got here looks like a giant wolf-like creature. I don't see no bear in it. But
that kind of almost has like maybe the tusk of a pig.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like more of a wild boar type thing going on. And I don't see bear. I can see boar maybe more so.
Yeah.
Do I got another one or is it just
Yeah,
those
you
two?
got this one right here.
I think it's more like a wild boar type creature. All the art that I'm seeing that was shown and given for the Wog lends me to think it's like a wild boar with part of a dog's like back body. Because, if you ever seen a wild boar, they got a body. And this is not showing a normal wild boar body, but like the head's a wild boar. Right. And the rest of the body is dog-like.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they got bear and boar mixed up.
And it looks like it's got a forked tongue, too. So that's wild.
Definitely, to give it that demonic look.
Just like right there.
So that's something I don't know if I want to run into in Georgia.
No.
Now, you did hear about Hogzilla, have you not?
I have.
About the giant, 2-ton wild boar?
I saw. Well, the one that I saw was literally it was 1,600 pounds in Argentina.
Well, there was one
massive.
shot. This one was shot in Georgia.
I believe it.
It was freaking huge. The guy heard it coming through. He thought like a bulldozer was coming through, and he shot it. And he was like, "Holy crap! What have I just killed?"
Yep.
And there's been 2 or 3 killed in Georgia that have been that massive.
I believe it, man.
All right, we got the Wampus Cat again.
There he is.
Rooted in Cherokee and southern Appalachian folklore. The half-dog, half-cat creature is said to prowl the woodlands of North Georgia, possessing piercing yellow eyes and a fearsome scream. That's where I'm thinking is green eyes, old green eyes, and the Wampus Cat are one and the same.
Synonymous. They could be.
And they're just getting the eye color a little confused, maybe. Depending on how you see it. Because some people are colorblind, and so they may see a different color. It's like violet and some shades purple. Okay, look the same to me. And in school, I had the hardest time when they told me to go get certain papers. Like, I bring back the thing. They said, well, that's not the right paper. I said, well, it's the same color to me.
Right.
That's when they discovered I got the color blindness to some shades of blue. But, I think this is the same creature. And like I say, it's got a large territory because, like I said, we find them in North Carolina. And I no doubt would find it in South Carolina if I was go deeper, but like I said, we've talked South Carolina before,
right?
And I wouldn't be surprised if you find a Wampus Cat in the upper parts of South Carolina. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Now, this is called the Platte Eye People, prominently featured in Gula Grecci coastal folklore. These are ghost-like entities that can shapeshift into various animals and often said to guard buried treasures. Cool. So if I need a guard for buried treasure, I'll look up one of these people.
You're saying Gullah Geechee?
Yeah.
Gullah Geechee.
Gullah
yeah.
Geechee.
That's the native people of African descent that still live in Charleston, South Carolina, that weave those
baskets.
The baskets, sweet grass baskets. Yeah. Gullah Geechee.
I've heard of them.
That's right.
I apologize if I murdered the name, folks. I am horrible about pronunciations.
Oh, it's good.
But yeah, I've heard about them.
Mm-hmm.
And they still live along the coast, and they still do a lot of the traditional things from Africa, from what I understand.
Yeah. And there's plenty of Gullah in South Savannah, on the coast too as well. So they're right there, Charleston, Savannah, south of there.
But I thought it was just a pretty cool thing that they are shapeshifters that provide. They just guard treasures and such. All right, this last one, Ed and I were talking about it a little bit, and we're having some giggles over it. And for the men in the thing, you might see why. The women in it will look and go, yeah, men. All right, the Boo Hags, also originating from Georgia's coastal folklore. These are malevolent, invisible spirits that are said to enter bedrooms at night to drain the life force of sleeping victims. I thought that's what your wife does.
That's facts.
Yeah, I agree. And sorry, women, but what can I say? I've had 3 ex-wives.
The redheaded ones apparently are the worst.
Yeah, I think so too. I had one of those too. But, these creatures come into your bedroom. They enter your dreams of beautiful women for men, and they act like a succubi. And if you're familiar, succubi is a female demon. They look like the most beautiful thing in the world, and they attempt to make love to you, and in doing so, they steal your life force.
And that's the show right there.
So,
suck my will to live.
Yeah, my second wife was like that. I can't say anything about my first, because I didn't have much to do with her. She left me when I was in the military. But yeah, my second wife was like that. She was a suckubi.
Dang, man.
Yeah. But, so, folks, so if you ever feeling, especially guys, you're feeling weird, the worst in the morning after going to bed, maybe you're being visited by a boo hag. So you might need to get your room spiritually cleansed, and it might improve your disposition if you get your room blessed.
That's true.
So that's all I'm going to say, so I don't get no dirty emails and other things from the female population. All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to future episodes with y'all. And I'm glad you enjoyed the episode with Ed and I and had a little laugh with us. And good night from Pickens and from Ed and I.